I'm sure by the thumbnail, some of y'all are trying to figure out what's going on. Why do I need to stay home? We're seeing that a lot. The year just started, right? We're seeing that a lot on a lot of the larger channels. It's like every time you scroll through YouTube, stay home, the world's ended in 72 hours. This is it. Nukes are going to start flying any day now. The war's going to start any day now. Guys, the simple fact is we will get no warning when something major is going to happen. We will not be warned. Now, the government, they'll know, but as far as you and me, it's going to just kind of come out of the blue to us, right? I've said it before, all this insider information that we hear a lot of the larger channels say they never have the information until after it happens, right? It's very strange that way. You got to understand, I've said it before, a lot of these people that they're speaking to, that they're getting their information from, are retired or they used to work in that certain field. Standard operating procedures changes constantly. What they did back then might be different than what they do now, right? We're not going to get heads up information. It's just not going to happen. Now, something that's very strange to me right now is how we're sinking ships and shooting down helicopters and airplanes and launching missiles in on all these people, but yet we're not at war, right? Any other time in history, this would already be called war. I've told you before, the only place I see that would possibly use a nuclear weapon is the Middle East. I see them using it way before Russia would use one. We've talked before about how Biden said we wasn't going to send tanks, we wasn't going to send F-16s. Now, all that stuff is coming into Ukraine now, right? Or it's already been there for a while, more than likely, because that would have caused a war. But yet, we're doing it anyways, and we're not at war with nobody. Very strange, isn't it? Very strange. What are they waiting on to say we're at war? This is an election year. You've got states that's refusing to let Trump on the ticket and things like that. Guys, this is all heating up to something huge. Now, when will it happen? I don't know. I can't sit here and tell you exact day, time something's going to happen. But anybody that watches these type of videos, they understand what's going on and they can see what's coming. One of my favorite things on my channel, which I tell all of y'all, is common sense. You ever heard the old saying, don't pee down my back and tell me it's raining? Same type of stuff. What's going to happen when something does break off somewhere? I don't think it'll be overnight, bam, we're Mad Maxing it. It's going to just keep building and building. I've told you they've got to, the only way to fix our country is you've got to crash it and start it over. We are too far in debt, guys. Too far in debt. If me and you was in debt a quarter of what they was, we would never own anything. We would never have anything. We wouldn't be allowed it. But they just keep writing checks, and they just keep backing it, right? Tax season is coming up. A lot of people use their tax money around here. I know they pay off their Christmas debt. They catch up their rent or their house payments and things like that. If you have a little extra money left over this tax season, you might want to buy some preps. Is it too late to prep? Yes. What do I mean by that? It's too late to prep at an affordable price and readily available goods that you need. Can you still get what you need? More than likely, you can still find it, but you're going to pay 2, 3, 4 times what it used to cost, right? When I say used to, we're talking pre-pandemic, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, right? A lot of people use these little wood heaters for tents. You've seen a lot of channels on here talking about them. I've kept price of them for the last probably 8 to 9 years. They used to be just every day, they were anywhere from $35 up, right? 2019 they started inching up a little bit. You could get a good one for $65 and up. Now they're over 100 for one, the cheap ones up, right? It's getting too expensive to prep as far as stuff that we could have bought before all this happened. Now, do you still need that stuff? You have to look at what you have in your area, what your plans are for when an SHTF event happens. What's your plans? You may be different than what I would need here in my area, right? A lot of y'all know I've been staying at deer camp. I'm just using a Ozark Trail TP tent. It's been a very good tent. We've had temperatures down in the teens here. Inside the tent, it stays pretty warm. But as soon as you get up and get out, you're cold. I'm not running any kind of heat at my camp. Now, One thing I will say about the Ozark Trail tent that I'm using, it's the TP tent. I bought it for $35 in 2021 on clearance. Now I believe it's $75 to $80. At that time it was $50 regular. The only problem I've had out of it is that heavy rain on Christmas, it leaked. But it didn't leak where you think it was. It wasn't leaking in the floor. It come through the floor. So now I know next time I use this tent, I'm going to put down some kind of tarp or something under it. Getting a little off subject here, and I know, but this is the time of year if you've got a little extra money. Most of you's probably like me. You don't ever get a refund. You owe at the end of the year, right? You have to pay your taxes, or you may get lucky and break even. But if you're getting a refund this time of year, try to buy up some preps. It's going to cost you more. But one thing I've told you, you can find better deals at secondhand stores, yard sales, things like that. You can find better deals. To get back on point here, what we're talking about, I'm seeing a lot of channels on here constantly, every day, telling you this is it, this is it, this is it. And they're getting 30,000, 100,000, 200,000 views. You know, people tune in. They want to be scared. They want to be on the edge of their seat. You know, I don't understand that. I don't understand why people want to watch that. And number one, why do they never call them out when they're wrong? When they're telling you 72 hours from now, you know, the war is going to just break off all over the world, but yet it never happens. Nobody holds them accountable for it. Now, if I make a video like that, I'm going to get flagged and everything else, right? I'm going to get in trouble on YouTube. But these bigger channels can get away with it. It's ridiculous to a point, right? But y'all watch what you want to watch. I'm not telling you not to watch other channels, but use common sense. A lot of these channels on here are for views. They want to sell you something. They want you to, you know, to constantly tune in, because look at their headlines, right? Now you'll see my thumbnail, wherever it's at when you click on it. You'll see that this video, I'll be lucky to get 100 views on it. But if they was to post something like that, they would get just 100,000, 200,000 views. And people just eat that up. It's got to the point now where the only way on YouTube you're going to get in their algorithm is you got to do the shock and awe, the fear crap, and we don't do that here. We don't do it. We tell you what's going on, what we think about it, and you make your decision about what you think you need to do, like prepping. Your circumstances may be 100% different than what I need here, you know. You may not need exact same things I need here. We all need water filters. We all need, you know, a way to cook and things like that. We need shelter. We all need that. But outside of that, what you're looking at may be different from what I'm looking at here. You know, you may live in a rainy climate and you need a lot of rain gear. Whereas me, we don't get a lot of rain here, but we do have rainy, I wouldn't call it seasons, but most people live in the South know what I'm talking about. When it rains here, it rains, right? Let me know your thoughts on this. You know, keep your head on a swivel out there, because things are getting crazy again. And it's just, we're not even a full week into the first of the year, right? I don't know what's going to happen this year, because you got the election. The election's going to be a big deal. A lot of people are not even, I've asked questions before. What does people think is going to happen if Trump doesn't win again? If they don't allow him in, right? What happens? What happens if Biden wins again? We'll do another video on that, and whoever wants to watch it, we'll discuss it, and I want to hear your comments on it. But for this video, you know, you do you. If you eat up them type of this is it videos, you're going to die in 24 hours, keep watching them. But stay safe out there, keep your head on a swivel, be aware of your surroundings at all times, protect yourself and your family at all times. At that moment, you're the only person that can do it. Guys, keep prepping. Tax season's coming up. You know, I know a lot of people want to go take vacations or something, but maybe you need to buy up a couple prep items. Stay safe, keep prepping.